Hi everybody, this is Ben Colby, Teen Librarian, Enoch Pratt Library, with the Level 2 video for making a phone holder. Right here we have these three starter files, which if you're in the live meeting, I'm sharing with you. And in the first video, we made this other one. But I want to try something different. I want to capture an image. So check this out. I went and just did a Google search for imposter SVG, and I came up with, I'm just looking for a nice black and white drawing. So I got this one. I had to take a screenshot because it's doing this annoying thing where I can't just save an image. But anyway, once you have an actual image file, like a JPEG or a PNG or something, you can take that and convert it to an SVG file, which is something we can load into Tinkercad. So I usually use picsvg.com. That's picsvg.com. And all you have to do is upload the picture. So after I cropped that picture here, this is what it looked like. And then you can change these filters here. In this case, I don't think the filters are making too much of a difference. Oh, well, session ended. Anyway, you'll see the different things here. And then you can download the file, which I already have. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to import that converted image file. Just going to throw all this other stuff off to the side. Cool, so we have this image. You could also try to draw this with the scribble tool, but I'm just going to use this as it is, as a phone stand. So what do? I'm going to shrink it down so that it forms the back panel of the phone, of the holder. So I guess I want it to be about the same size as one of these back panels. That's about right. So this is 132 by 103. That still seems a little big to me. Fine, and I'm going to stretch it way up. You may not understand why I'm doing that just yet, but it'll become clear. So, yeah, actually, let me just show you this. So I'm going to tip this along the outside. And what do I want? 60 degrees? Do I want it to tip back 30? Is that about right? I think that's about right compared to the other styles. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and lower this until the image is just barely sticking up off the ground. I'll cut away the extra part later. That's fine. But right now, what I want to do is create the scoop to hold the phone. So I'm going to stretch a box. I'm going to flatten it to about 10 or less. You could go less than 10. We'll say 8. That's good. And I want it to be at least 20 wide. And then once I have that, I'm going to copy it or Alt drag. I'm zooming in with the F key, and I'm going to rotate one piece 90 degrees. Hit D to get it on the surface, and just, it doesn't need to stick out too far. Oh, except this part, you need that full surface there. So you should have at least about, right. This is 23 millimeters across, or a little less than an inch, which is about right. So I'm going to group these two pieces together. I'm going to tip these back. I think 30 degrees is what it's going to take to be exactly perfect, but maybe let's not go quite that far. How about 22.5? Well, anyway, that's fine. And then I'm going to lift it up off the ground slightly. I think that's too far. That looks very nice to me. Let me just center it a little bit better. So the idea is that the phone would sit there and lean back. Let's just put another box here just to create a bottom for everything. So let me actually put it off to the side first. I'm just going to make it big and kind of flat. Let's say 7 is fine. I was going to say anything less than 10. And I'm going to shrink it so that it doesn't stick out on the sides. It's fine at this stage if it sticks out the back. Yeah, that's pretty good. In fact, I could probably make this a lot. It doesn't even really, it just needs to be wide enough to hold the thing, so I can even make the back end a little bit skinnier. That's good. Great, so I'm going to group together what I have, and it should all become the same color. And let's make it nicer color so I can look at it. Great, so how am I going to slice off the parts of this that I don't want? I'm going to take a box, first of all, stretch it big, stretch it at least big enough to cover all of this, and I'm going to lower it until the top of it is even with the work plane. One quick way to do that actually is to drag the height negative. And I'll just drag it way negative. So I now have a hole shape that goes only up to the work plane. And I don't think it's overlapping with anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and group these two shapes, and that should slice off the bottom. And we have a nice flat bottom to use right there. That's good. That's important for printing. Also, the back goes too far back, so we're going to do something similar. I'm going to take a box, make it big, stretch it up high enough, and make it overlap with the figure. Leave a little bit on the top there because it needs to be at least thick enough for that top part to form properly. Remember that you're printing with liquid plastic. So I guess that's pretty good. I'm slicing off the back all the way. Neat. And, you know, I definitely would have a chance of printing this correctly like this. I might... Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because if I tip it, let me explain what I was thinking. If I were to tip it this way, then we have an issue trying to print this part up here, even though the bottom would definitely print great, and maybe even a little better. But I think we can handle this angle going up like this on the printer. So I'm just going to hit D one more time to get that on the surface. So now we have a Among Us style phone holder. And I am going to just use the selected shape to download that STL file. The end.